What? I'm studying now. What? Yeah, I ain't saying no more. I ain't saying no more. So, today, I'm going to be talking about how I spoke in front of a crowd professionally for the first ever time. Now, guess what? I didn't bomb. I was going to say I was going to bomb. I didn't bomb, but I made a lot of mistakes. And I'm here to share it with you because, again, I'd like to emphasize on this channel, the rate of learning is the speed at which you're able to change your behavior based on new information. This information hopefully will change your behavior to not like me. So you're welcome. So I was at a trade show and I had an hour or two to basically prepare for this presentation. It was basically regarding uh, navigating the cybersecurity career alongside the social engineer. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a security engineer. But I was lucky enough to have a mentor within my company to send me those presentations beforehand. The organizer asked me, hey, you potentially have a speech available. We have a speech slot. Get out. And I actually have a speaking engagement with the state of Indiana and all the cities and counties basically early October. And that was supposed to be my first one, but I figured in that moment I not only could make my mistakes there because the crowd was primarily students and not really my demographic of customers, because that was kind of a miss in terms of regardless, it was still a good experience overall. I was allowed then to basically make my mistakes and get out the jitters and understand what I was actually typing into. I really pride myself in putting myself in uncomfortable situations, and this was definitely an uncomfortable situation. And luckily, the stakes were very low, so it allowed me to fail. And I want this to emphasize that I'm glad I failed. I did decent holistically because of that. Because when I started the presentation, I noticed I started speaking really fast, and my tonality wasn't very varied. Vince, who I bought his course, and I went through his entire course on tonality, rate of speed, the emphasis, the storytelling, and had me emphasize checking out his content. He is such a brilliant content creator when it comes to communication and how to properly convey storytelling, in which the audience is really engaged. And that's part of the 30 minutes of learning I do. And try using I would start really, really soft. And then when I go educate him on saying spitting out facts, I'll go like this. This is what this. Enunciate that. And if I want to speed up to really create some emotion. When I was telling a story, I told a story of my ex-girlfriend who got scammed out of money from her Chase account because of a social engineering attack where they called her and said, I gave you your account details. I said that, and I was like, and I reacted to the story like, hey, shut up. You don't need it. Using different tonalities. I really experimented and really tried. And something feedback that I had internally was that my rate of speech, as you can't already tell, I have a tendency to speak very, very fast. Another thing I also practice on these YouTube videos alongside giving value is practicing my rate of speech skills, my tonality, my storytelling, how I better communicate and keep everyone who's watching engaged, because as you know, YouTube loves time, but also just as a storyteller. How can I keep you guys engaged? So spoke in front of the crowd, was able to, do what I was able to do. I don't know if anyone here has been part of corporate presentations or even in part of school, right? The presentations just obviously just doesn't really want to, and I know I will become a storyteller so strong that people from top to bottom will love what I say and will be super, super engaged. Now it's the matter of getting practice and understanding where my skill goes. So the rate of speech, I have a huge skill gap in because I didn't really vary it down. Right? If I go really, really, really fast for them, go super, super. And same with my tonality. I use the same tonality a little bit too long. I didn't really go really low. And then, usually high pitch, right? Like the varying tonality wasn't really. And then when it comes to the content itself, that one was kind of a shit show because I am not technical whatsoever. I was a marketing major, so I basically partied for 4 years, even though I didn't really, except for last year. But anyways, I didn't really have much of the content. So I really was bare bones on this. And you know what? It's kind of one thing is for sure that if you don't put yourself in those situations and you don't experiment and you don't try and you don't fall on your face, you're not going to know how to do better. And it was such a great lesson for me because it was a huge relief. It was like, I really wanted to do public speaking, but obviously there's some element of fear because it's a foreign territory. So a lesson I guess I'm trying to convey based on what I personally had gone through in my story of this situation is that put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Specifically when it comes to communication, check out Binge. But also practice when you're talking to a friend, when you're talking to your girlfriend, when you're on a first date, when you're talking to your teacher, your manager. Practice how you communicate. Practice what you're trying to say. Let's see if you can keep them engaged. You'll notice immediately, as soon as someone disengages, you'll notice, you know that. But people sometimes don't know how to fix that situation. Oh, they're disengaged. What do I do? It's a content bad. Usually, it's 70% of the stuff that we feel engaged towards is not the actual content itself. It's the way the person is presenting. So learn how to present, and I tell you, it will quadruple X your life because I've already made many school tweaks and have already seen a much, much better return on engaging and keeping the people interested in what I have to say, which I hope the people watching. So